Today we're going to learn about the hand target skill, teaching your dog to target your hand with their nose. The hand target skill is sometimes called touch. It's a great way to get your dog to move back towards you while on walks, as well as keeping your dog focused on you. It works well whether you're standing still or moving. Let's look at the training sequence for the hand target skill. Step 1. Present your open palm to your dog extremely close to your dog's nose. Wait for your dog to touch your hand with their nose. As soon as they touch your hand, mark their success by saying yes. Then take your hand away, reach into your treat pouch, and feed your dog a treat. Remember, don't reach for your treat until after you say yes. For hand target to work well, your dog needs to be the one that moves toward your hand once you present your open palm. Resist the urge to help your dog by moving your hand closer to your dog's nose. If your dog doesn't move towards your hand within 3 seconds, take your hand away and re-present your hand closer to your dog's nose. Let's take a look at a couple of common training obstacles in the early going. If your dog doesn't seem interested in your hand, you can hold a treat between 2 fingers to make your hand more interesting. Don't let your dog grab the treat. After your dog touches your hand, take your hand away and deliver the treat with your opposite hand. Another option to make your hand more interesting is to rub a treat on the palm of your hand. This transfers the scent of the treat onto your hand. If your dog seems stressed by your full palm, you can present 2 fingers as shown in the photo. Smaller dogs do tend to like a smaller target. Let's move on to the next phase of training. Once you are confident that your dog will touch your hand when signaled, you can add a verbal cue. In this lesson, we are using the word touch, but you can use any word you like. Step 1. Say touch and then briefly pause before presenting your open palm to your dog. Wait for your dog to touch your hand. As soon as they do, mark their success by saying yes and deliver a treat from your treat pouch. After your dog is readily touching your hand, it's time to add more distance. Start by presenting your hand 3 inches from your dog's nose and wait for them to approach and touch your hand. Keep practicing at the same distance until your dog gets it right 5 times in a row. Then you can add more distance. For example, we recommend moving from 3 inches to 6 inches, and then to a foot, then 2 feet and 3 feet, etc. Increase the distance gradually until your dog is traveling 6 feet to reach your hand. Once your dog is good at the hand targeting skill at distances, it's time to get your dog more comfortable with targeting in a more generalized way. You want to practice having your dog approach from different angles, as well as being comfortable targeting both your left and your right hand. Practice standing still and while moving. This next video shows a training session which demonstrates this kind of practice. This training session was held outdoors, but we do recommend that you practice indoors first. Let's take a look.
Yes. Ready? Yes. Good job. All right. There you go. Yes. Good job. try a few. We'll see if we can get it done. Ready? Yes, good job. Okay, here we go. Yes. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Oh, here's a good one. Yes. Good job. Yes, good job. Yes. Good. Good. Yes.
Once your dog has gotten skilled at hand targeting in training sessions, we'll want to practice hand target while walking on leash. Just like the focus skill, targeting while walking alongside you looks different to your dog than doing it in a training session. You'll need some patience as your dog gets the hang of things while walking on leash. When you first practice on leash, work somewhere quiet like your backyard, driveway, or on a quiet street when no one's around. Your goal should be 100% success, so don't practice when it's too difficult for your dog. Let's take a look at the training sequence on leash. While you're walking, say touch and then present your hand at your side. As soon as your dog touches your hand, mark their success by saying yes. Then reach into your pouch and deliver a treat. Walk a few steps and repeat the training sequence. You can repeat a few more times and then resume your normal walk. Your dog does not have to be walking right by your side in order to use hand target. In fact, we teach this so that your dog can come back to you when they were out to the side or even walking ahead of you. Having the verbal cue will alert the dog that you want them to touch your hand, even if they're up ahead. This video reviews the hand target skill both standing still and walking on leash. Let's take a look. Teaching Birdie a hand target, which we'll later use for leash walking.
Once your dog has picked up on the initial part of the game, now we can add distance to it. Birdie is right in front of us as we are playing that hand targeting game, but we will transition to doing it side by side while on a leash walk.
Here we're putting hand target into practice on a walk side by side. When you first start practicing hand target on walks, make sure to wait until your dog has walked a bit and is more likely to pay attention. Also wait until the coast is clear so your dog isn't distracted by other dogs or people. If your dog doesn't respond within 3 seconds, take your hand away, repeat your verbal cue, and re-present your hand. Have you noticed that lure walking and hand targeting look a lot alike? Lure walking really is a version of hand target. With hand target, your dog is targeting your empty hand. With lure walking, we actually have food in our hand to keep our dog extremely interested in following our hand as we walk. Even if your dog is good at hand targeting, they may have trouble completing the skill if it's very distracting or difficult. At any time, you can use a food lure in your hand when it's too difficult for your dog. This is a great way to get by difficult distractions that are triggering for your dog. Let's go over the key takeaways from this lesson. Hand target is another great skill to keep your dog focused on you and not on dogs or other triggers. Take time to build the skill where it's easy and be patient when starting to practice on walks. Use high-value rewards on the walk for motivation. In later lessons, we will talk more about practicing hand target around your dog's triggers. All right, let's get out there and practice.